Good day to each and everyone, and especially to our instructor, Forester Benilin Tulingan. Allow me to introduce myself first. By the way, I am Rachel Manlangit, and this time we will be discussing our given topic report about the methods of diagnosing pests and diseases in the forest. Now, let us hear a little bit about the history of a healthy forest. In managing pests and diseases, there is a healthy forest. So, the concept of a healthy forest became a popular concept during the mid to late 1980s. So, in economic terms, a healthy forest can be defined as a forest which pests and diseases remain at low levels and do not interfere with management objectives. So, in ecological terms, a healthy forest is a fully functioning ecosystem, and one in which all of its parts can interact in a mutually beneficial way. So, pests and illnesses are viewed as the symptoms of an unhealthy forest rather than the source of the problem in an overall forest health policy. So, this instructs forest managers and forest protection professionals to focus on the pests and diseases underlying causes such as overstocking and overmaturity, poor site or species matching, excessive fuels, and single species forest with minimal variety. So, scanning pests and illnesses sa any part of the tree, pwede na sila mo attack. Okay, kanang diseases are often classified based on the part affected. Like for example, nimo na siya, makita nimo na siya sa ugat, matawag siya root diseases, kung sa stem diseases, and foliage diseases, and branch crankers and dieback. Anticipating pests and illnesses based on historical records of their occurrence and knowledge of forest and climatic conditions that favor their abundance is also part of the quest for healthy forest. So, this gives time to put in place management strategies that will render these woods uninhabitable to pests and diseases according to Shesla 1998. So, ang pag-asa sa mga pesti at sakit na batay sa mga makasasayang talaan ng kanilang paglitaw at kaalaman sa mga kondisyon ng kagubatan at klima na pabor sa kanilang kasaganaan ay bahagi rin daw ng paghahanap para sa malusog na kagubatan according to Shesla 1998. So, nagbibigay ito ng oras upang maglagay ng mga estratehiya sa pamamahala ng sa gagawing hindi matitirhan ang mga kakahuyan na ito sa mga peste at sakit. And that's all for my assigned topic. Thank you for listening.
This is the continuation from the topic, Methods of Diagnosing Pests and Diseases in Forest. The healthy forest concept may sound like an idyllic approach to managing forest pests and diseases, especially in cases where an introduced pest is causing widespread damage in a simple plantation ecosystem in the absence of its normal complex of natural enemies. Yet, even the most damaging of exotic pests and diseases respond to stand and site condition, and there is evidence that they focus their activities on unhealthy forest. So, a healthy forest is a forest that possesses the ability to sustain the unique species composition and processes that exist within it, each representing a unique forest community with an unique sets of species interaction and processes. But if the forest is attacked by pests affect the forest, can kill trees, reduce their growth, degrade wood and other products, cause dieback, decline and deformity, change the composition of the forest, reduce biological diversity, affect water quantity and quality, create safety hazards, increase forest, reduce the quality of the landscape, and cause other kinds of calamity. So say there's a lot of changes when the forest damaged by pests and diseases. And now we will know some example of pest diseases and its damage. So Cerex noctilio in exotic pine forest in the southern hemisphere is a classic example. It is noted that stress and undead plantation were found to be the first to be attacked by this bug in New Zealand. As a result, the plantation were effectively tanned as a result of its action. Syrinx is a genus of wasps in the family Sericidae, the horntail of wood wasps. Syrinx inject eggs with fungal indecembrious into wood. The fungus is contained in a mycelium which nourish it with secretions, and in turn it digests wood for the wasp larva. Thinning has become an important aspect of managing plantation infected with Syrinx noctilio. In areas where this insect has been introduced, noctilio is a problem. When a Syrinx aphid known as Cinera caprese first emerged in eastern and southern Africa, the most serious damage was seen in Capricius loxitanica planting that were either overmature or had been grown on low-nutrient soil. And Cinera caprese, the cypress aphid, means is a brownish, soft-bodied aphid. It sucks sap from twigs of conifers and can cause damage to the tree, ranging from discoloring of the affected twigs to the death of the tree. That's it.
Good day, my quiz students. So let's define Integrated Pest Management, or IPM. IPM is the coordinated use of pest and environmental information along with available pest control methods, including cultural, biological, genetic, and chemical methods to prevent unacceptable levels of pest damage by the most economical means and with the less possible hazard to people, property, and the environment. Also, IPM is a common sense, holistic approach to crop or forest management to minimize losses from disease and insect pests. So in an agricultural crop, this means using cultural methods such as rotating between different crops, selecting pest-resistant varieties, and planting pest-free rootstock. So farmers know that if you reduce harmful insects and diseases in your crops, you have a chance for a better harvest. So today, many farmers and experts praise Integrated Pest Management, or IPM. While IPM for forestry is the most effective way to deal with forest pests through prevention, observation, and suppression measures that can be economically and ecologically efficient and socially acceptable in order to maintain pest populations at a suitable level. So prevention, it may include site selection and planting and thinning practices that reduce pest populations and favor sustainable control by natural enemies. While observation, it may carefully monitor pest populations, for example, through visual inspection or trapping systems. While in suppression, mechanical and biological control through the use of natural enemies and biopesticides or other sustainable control methods. So therefore, for IPM to be effective, field staff must be trained to recognize pests, monitor population levels, and use biological control agents and other suitable control methods. So what is the main goal of IPM? So the main goal of IPM is to reduce the adverse impacts of pest control in human health, the environment, and non-target organisms while managing pests effectively. So let's further discuss integrated pest management, the decision process, the action process, integration of new technologies, and integrated pest management system with my co-reporters. End of my topic. Thank you and God bless.
A pleasant morning, ma'am and classmates. There are two basic elements of IPM. First is a decision process. It establishes the basis for any subsequent actions to be undertaken, including no action. So it is the basis for the future actions to be made regardless of no action. So it's more on a plan, thinking, before making an act. It is often the most time-consuming and complex aspect of IPM, as it requires careful consideration of the pest, its host, resource management objectives, and the ecological, economic, and social consequences of the various available tactics. So, it needs more critical thinking before doing so. Its possible impact, of this management. Population levels of pests are estimated, and anticipated resource losses are projected, as are the cost of treatment and its anticipated benefits. So, regarding of the population, its cost, especially the applied solution or treatment, and its expected benefits. Monitoring of forest pests and diseases and their resultant damage is a critical input to the IPM decision process, as it also uses many technologies such as aerial sketch mapping, aerial photography, and airborne video are used to map and assess forest damage. So, to be able to detect and recognize those pest damage in a large and remote areas, using also the GIS or the Geographic Information Systems to create and analyzes data to be collected, is used to relate location of affected areas to key resource values, terrain features, land ownerships, and environmentally sensitive areas. So it is important for the expected results to visualize data. That's all, and thank you. God bless everyone.
My name is Alisa Balili, and this is my assigned topic, the action process. Integrated Pest Management Action Programs consist of two overall strategies. It is prevention or direct control or suppression. Specific pest management tactics exist under each of these strategies. So, whenever you try to control a pest, you will want to achieve one of these. First, we have prevention. It consists of tactics designed to either reduce the probability of the occurrence of a pest or disease, or to create environmental conditions inhospitable for its build-up and to damaging numbers. Regulatory, cultural, or genetic tactics are examples of prevention strategies. So, when we say prevention, it keeps a pest from becoming a problem. So, prevention may be a goal when the pest presence or abundance can be predicted in advance. For example, some plants diseases occur only under certain environmental conditions. If such conditions are present, you can take steps to prevent the plant's disease organisms from harming the desirable plants. Second, we have suppression. Suppression is tactics directed against the pest or disease are referred to as direct control or suppression tactics. Examples includes various types of biological, mechanical, or chemical methods. So, when we say suppression, it is reducing pest numbers or damage to an acceptable level. So, it is a common goal in many pest situations. The intent is to reduce the number of pests to a level where the harm they are causing is acceptable. So, once a pest presence is detected and the decision made that control is necessary, suppression and prevention often are joint goals. The right combination of control measures can often suppress the pests already present and prevent them from building up again to a level where they are causing unacceptable harm.
My topic is all about biological control, mechanical tactics, chemical pesticides. Biological control involves the use of natural enemies of a pest or disease to help to keep its number in check. Classic biological control, a technique widely used in agriculture, involves the importation of natural enemies to help control an exotic pest. Ang biological control ay kinabibilangan ng paggamit ng mga natural enemies ng isang peste or sakit upang makatulong na mapanatili ang numero nito. Kasama sa klasikong biological control, isang pamamaraan na malawakang ginagamit sa agriculture. So, ang biological control, it's help to minimize the number of pests. So, ang biological control, makatabang ni siya para ang isa kadaghan na pest ilang makontrol. Kibali, tungod aning biological control, dili mo samot akan daghan ang isa ka pest. So, tungod kay ilahang i-minimize or gamayon or control. Biological control, the use of living organism to control pests. A natural enemy such as a parasite, predator, or disease organism is introduced into the environment of a pest, or if already present, it's encouraged to multiply and become more effective in reducing the number of pest organisms. So, it's become more effective ang biological control para ma-reduce or ma-minimize ang pagdaghan sa pest organism or sa mga peste. Then, mechanical tactics include removal and destruction or rapid removal of infested or infected trees with the objective of destroying the pest. So, mechanical tactics, ang kasama sa mga mechanical na taktika ang pag-alis at pagsira or mabilis na pag-alis ng mga infested or infected na puno na may layuning sirayan ng peste. So, ang mechanical tactics, it's help to remove or walaon ang isa ka infected na trees. So, himbali, ang isa ka infected na trees, ang tree na infected siya tungod sa pag-destroy sa peste. So, ang peste ang dahilan nga nung na-infected ang isa ka tree. So, ang mechanic tactics, mo siya gamiton to remove. So, sa isa ka tree na kanang na-infected na, kato na part, dito kwaon nila or i-remove nila ang isa ka trees na na-infected na. Then, use of chemical Pesticides applied either from the ground or by low-flying aircraft is still considered to be an integral part of IPM. However, these materials are used more sparingly, are applied at reduced intervals with a greater precision. In IPM, chemical pesticides are often considered to be the tactic of last resort. So, chemical pesticides control is the management and control of pests using physical means such as fences, barriers, or electronic wires. It includes also weeding and change of temperatures to control pests. Many farmers at the moment are trying to find sustainable ways to remove pests without harming the ecosystem. So, ang pesticide is makahelp siya para para i-reduce or minimize ang isa ka pest. So kanidong tunga na ni chemical pesticide mapahawa ang mga peste na dili maka-apekto sa ecosystem. So ang pesticide is the most effective siya na waste food para mapatay ang mga peste na makadaot sa trees or crops. Then, pesticides are chemical compounds that are used to kill pests, including insects, rodents, fungi, and unwanted plants. So, ang unwanted plants means mga sagbot. Over 1,000 different pesticides are used around the world. Pesticides are used in public health to kill vectors of disease, such as mosquitoes, and in agriculture to kill pests that damage crop. So, over the 1,000 pesticides, nagkaklase-klase na pesticide sa tibuok kalibutan, ginagamit daw nila para malikayan ang mga disease na agikan sa peste. So, mostly daw ni ginagamit sa agriculture para pangpatay doon sa mga peste para dili makadayon sa ilang mga crops or mga tanom. Good evening, Miss Binilin. I'm here to report about interrogation of new technologies. An important part of IPM is that no matter how advanced, sophisticated, or effective an IPM system for specific pest or pest complex maybe, there is always room for the introduction of new technologies. This may include more accurate pest monitoring, prediction of new pest management tactics, and more efficacious treatments with fewer and desirable side effects.
Hi everyone, I'm Floremy Ambaring, and this is my topic, Integrated Pest Management System. IPM is a system are in various stages of development and consists of a combination of decision making and pest control technologies directed against a pest or pest complex. The strategy used to manage the European wood wasp, Syrinx noctiluca, and pine plantation in southern Brazil is an example of an evolving IPM system. Early detection of this insect is achieved by spraying a herbicide on inhabited trees and plantations, which attracts attacking wasps. Infestation are handled by inoculating female wasps with the parasitic nematode, Zeladinus cericidola, which prevents them from developing eggs, or by thinning plantations to reduce stacking and maintain tree vigor. And that's all of my topic. Thank you for listening.